What if I told you that there is one country on Earth that has been chasing dreams for over 200 years? A place that millions risked everything to reach, not because it promised comfort, but because it promised possibility. A land where people arrived with empty pockets, but full faith, where failure didn't mean the end, and where reinvention became a way of life. Today, we're talking about America, the land of opportunities. Not as a slogan, not as a movie fantasy, but as an idea that changed the world. For generations, the word America has carried a powerful emotional weight. To some, it represents hope. To others, struggle. To many, controversy. But regardless of opinion, one truth remains undeniable. No other nation has attracted dreamers, risk-takers, and outsiders the way America has. People didn't come because life was easy. They came because life was possible. This video is not about blind praise, and it's not about criticism either. It's about understanding why America earned the title the land of opportunities, how that idea was built, what it looks like today, and why it still matters to millions across the globe. If you've ever dreamed of changing your life, starting over, or becoming more than your circumstances, this story is for you. The idea of opportunity in America was born long before skyscrapers and stock markets. It began with people who refused to accept the limits placed on them by birth, class, or tradition. In old Europe, your future was often decided the moment you were born. Your family name, your social rank, and your religion defined your entire life. America introduced a radical idea. What if your future was decided by what you do, not where you come from? That single idea reshaped history. Immigrants crossed oceans facing disease, hunger, and death, not knowing what awaited them. They didn't come chasing luxury. They came chasing a chance. A chance to own land, to worship freely, to work for themselves, and to give their children a life better than their own. That belief evolved into what the world now calls the American dream. The American dream was never about guaranteed success. It was about permission to try. You could fail and still stand back up. You could lose everything and still start again. In a world where failure often becomes a lifelong label, America treated failure as a lesson. That mindset alone created an explosion of innovation. Think about how many world-changing ideas were once laughed at. The airplane, the personal computer, online shopping, electric cars. These ideas were born in garages, dorm rooms, and tiny offices. They survived because America created a system where ideas could be tested, funded, and scaled. You didn't need noble blood. You didn't need a royal title. You needed belief, persistence, and courage. This is why America became the birthplace of innovation. Freedom of speech allowed bold ideas. Strong legal systems protected creators. Access to capital allowed risk-taking. And a culture that respected ambition rewarded those who dared to think differently. Failure wasn't shameful. Quitting was. If this story is already making you think differently, take a second to like this video. It helps more people discover content that actually goes deeper than headlines. One of the most powerful proofs of America as a land of opportunity is immigration itself. Immigrants didn't just come to America. They built it. Railroads, factories, farms, hospitals, universities, and tech companies were shaped by people who were once outsiders. Even today, a massive percentage of successful American companies were founded by immigrants or their children. Imagine arriving in a new country with a heavy accent, unfamiliar laws, cultural barriers, and no safety net. That journey is not easy. It requires sacrifice, resilience, and faith. Opportunity does not mean comfort. It means possibility. America, more than most nations, allows people to become more than their past. You can change careers later in life. You can recover after bankruptcy. You can move cities, reinvent your identity, and rebuild your future. That flexibility is rare, and it's one of America's greatest strengths. It's why students from across the world still compete for American education, and why talent continues to flow toward its economy. But let's pause here and be real, because opportunity without honesty becomes propaganda. America offers opportunity, but it does not offer it equally. Economic inequality, racial injustice, healthcare costs, and student debt are real problems. Access to opportunity often depends on education, geography, and social connections. Not everyone starts from the same line. The myth says anyone can succeed if they work hard enough. The reality says hard work matters, but starting position matters too. Acknowledging this does not destroy the American dream. It strengthens it. Because the dream was never about perfection. It was about progress. One of America's most unique strengths is the freedom to criticize itself. People can protest, challenge systems, demand reform, and push for change. Many nations collapse under criticism. America evolves through it. The fight to expand opportunity has always been part of the American story. From civil rights movements to labor reforms to ongoing debates about fairness and access. If you agreed that opportunity should grow, not shrink, drop a comment below and share your perspective. Is opportunity created by systems, or by mindset, or both? What the world can learn from America is not that it is flawless, but that it is flexible. Opportunity thrives where freedom exists. Innovation grows where failure is tolerated. Progress happens where diversity is valued. America's diversity is not a weakness. It's fuel. Different cultures, beliefs, and experiences collide, creating ideas no single group could imagine alone. The greatest export of America is not movies, technology, or military power. It is the belief that your life is not permanently locked by your past. That belief has inspired revolutions, entrepreneurs, artists, and reformers around the world. Before we reach the end, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you enjoy thoughtful, meaningful content like this. We don't just tell stories, we unpack ideas that shape the world. America, the land of opportunities, is not a guarantee. It is an invitation. A stage where effort meets possibility. Some succeed, some struggle, some fail, learn, and rise again. But the door, however heavy, however imperfect, remains open. And as long as people believe they can walk through that door, the idea of America will never disappear. If this video inspired you, share it with someone chasing a dream. Because opportunity doesn't belong to a country. It belongs to those brave enough to pursue it.